When it comes to dinosaurs, and this is going to sound really dumb, so this is why this channel is called Red Herring Media. You're not supposed to take it seriously. In a world full of fake news, you need a red herring for contrast. Anyway, I mean, they found these bones allegedly and put them together in a certain way that looks like a giant lizard creature from billions of years ago. But how would you know if you'd never seen a live one? Do you know what I mean? And how come there are bones from that era? And that's where I'm starting to sound dumb. But something, I don't know, the Smithsonian Museum has a lot to answer for, put it that way. I mean, you can't have giants and dinosaurs existing on two parallel timelines. But it's the same with the Big Bang theory. It's like you weren't there, so how the hell would you know? I mean, obviously that's why they call it a theory, but my theory is, when it comes to dinosaurs, is that it kind of feeds as a false timeline, takes the divinity out of the picture, kind of reiterates Darwin's theory of Darwinism. Kind of savage, life is just a savage accident, and you got to be a predator if you want to make it in this world. We have found Moloch, everyone, in the woods. Yeah, it looks like a Japanese warrior of some kind. Or a monk. Or a priestess. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Red Herring Media with me, Jude. Today I wanted to continue the topic of dinosaurs and why I think that we've been given a misconception surrounding that whole topic. Now, I'm uninformed, I'm uneducated, I go on stupid tangents when I'm rambling, so bear that in mind as you listen to me talk about this. And remember, kids, if you are a dinosaur out there, go for the jugular. So yes, we've been given a timeline that stretches billions of years in these different ages that we've been given as to where dinosaurs existed and then they were taken out by a meteorite and everything in between those ages, which kind of promotes the idea of the theory of evolution, let's face it. And I think that's basically the scientific establishment getting inside your head and basically saying, we've figured it all out, we know what's been going on billions of years, don't question anything, it's alright. You know what I mean? And the reality breakdown is, with the dinosaurs, is you know, we are surrounded by this phenomenon called the birds, aren't we? We see birds everywhere, different variations of them, and they tell us that they descended from the dinosaurs. But yet, if we're living in this survival of the fittest kind of paradigm, this natural selection paradigm, how comes they've turned into like defenseless chickens and the small sparrow birds that you see, and they're supposed to have come from like T-Rexes and Stegosauruses and all the other vicious kind of giant lizards that were supposedly back in those days. Yet we ascended from the apes and turned into what we are now, a more refined version of a humanoid with 5 limbs and hands and opposable thumbs and all that kind of stuff. Hairless. Yeah, we've kind of become a bit more vulnerable, I guess, haven't we? As I've mentioned in another video. So it's like, it kind of doesn't make sense when you think about it. Just on that surface level of what they've been giving us as, this is what's been going on billions of years ago, and this is what happened, and this is how it's all evolved into where we are now. And I think more than anything, it's to kind of give you this elongated version of evolution. Like, it just takes forever for us to evolve or get to a state where, you know, a more preferred state, I guess, of existence. But I think we live in a contrived evolution anyway, especially with technology. I believe that AI has always been around. Maybe not as prevalent as it is today, but it's always been in the background. I believe that secret societies have been using AI as an oracle, definitely, in some form or fashion. And then we've just been given this kind of watered down version of how computers have evolved. I don't think we're given the technology that they really have for themselves, certain beings that are in control. But it's good enough, and it helps me do what I need to do, make videos and things like that, so that makes me happy. So yeah, we do really live in a wonderland of sorts here, a contrived wonderland of sorts, where they've basically captured our imagination as much as they can, like the Goblin King in the labyrinth when he's holding that crystal ball and juggling with them and dancing around in his leotard. I think that's definitely a good metaphor of how our imagination's been captured with the likes of NASA. But obviously there's a breakdown going on. With the things like the Mandela effect happening and people questioning what we've been told as absolute truth, belief systems, historical events, previous great year cycles that may have happened where we may have had, like, you know, big plasma light events happen that have caused a reset